Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another First Impressions video, and today we are having a look at Raven the Master Thief. So this is one of those point-and-click adventure games, and I believe this is actually going to be a first on my channel, and I usually don't play a whole lot of adventure games. I think the last adventure, like point-and-click adventure game that I've played was actually Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, and to say something like that actually makes me feel quite old. If I'm going to be completely honest, it really makes me feel old, because that game is old. It is pretty damn old, but I really enjoyed that game back in the day, so I thought I would give the Raven here a try. I will always try to make videos for every single game for which I am sent a review code or a beta preview or anything, because that was actually something that was a big portion of my E3 trip, was that I was actually able to make connections where a couple of people will, from now on, from time to time, send me preview codes and stuff like that, which will allow me to diversify the stuff that comes to my channel even more. But anyways, that is enough of these particular details. Let's get into the details of the Raven. So what is this game all about? So like I said, it is a point-and-click adventure. And the summary plot, which most people will know, at least most people that are interested in this game, is that there's this master thief called the Raven, who apparently had been shot 5 years ago or something, in regards to the game's storyline time-wise, so to speak. And now someone has shown up again who is apparently copying the crimes of the Raven. Now, the gameplay footage that I am going to show you is a little bit after the train sequence, because I believe that a lot of people are probably going to show you the train sequence of the game, since it's the very first portion of it. I'm going to show you guys a little bit further ahead, so that for those of you who are looking for information on the game, you'll get to watch something a little bit different. However, it's not too far into the game, because, I mean, the problem with a point-and-click adventure game is that if you go too far into the story, you're going to spoil people and spoil puzzles and stuff like that. So I want to avoid, so I'm going to put you in this spot that is a little bit further ahead than what most people will do in first impressions and whatnot, but it is still not ahead enough so that it will spoil a whole lot. But obviously spoilers will happen throughout this video. Not major spoilers, because I'm not going to play through like a significant portion of the game. And the thing is, a lot of the time that you spend on this game is about dialogue and figuring out stuff. So, I mean, even in a half an hour of gameplay or 20 minutes gameplay or whatever it is that I end up playing, I don't think that you guys are going to get a ton of spoilers, so to speak. I don't even think that's possible. But anyways, let's resume game here and see where this takes us. It should take us to the cargo hold, yes. So right now we're in the cargo hold of a boat, and let me not a boat, it's actually a cruise ship. Let me just kind of set the stage for you guys here. So you're an inspector, not an inspector, what's the thing called? His rank, constable. His rank is constable, which I'm not even sure what that means. But this game apparently takes place in the 60s, and you're a constable of the Swiss police. You are this guy right here. These are the items that you have access to. Right now I have access to a pair of binoculars in my wallet. Your character suffers from a heart condition. That is told to you kind of at the start of the game, because you have these pills that you run around with. And the reason why I'm in this cargo hold of this ship is because I'm looking for clues. Because basically something happened, which I will not spoil for you guys, but something happened at the start of the game, and you're being a part of the investigation right now. You're not really being a part. They're trying to cut you out, but your character wants to be a part of the investigation of finding out who this Raven dude is that's stealing jewels and stuff like that, right? So your character wants to be a part of that investigation, but there's this inspector who basically is shutting you down on every possible occasion. He's like, look, I don't want your help. I don't want you to help me. I don't want to be responsible for you. That's the kind of stuff that he's giving us all day long. So you're looking for clues on this cargo hold, kind of trying to prove yourself to stay in the game. So let's see what we can find. So apparently there's a car here, and it's a cabriolet. Let's see what the character has to say.
Cabriolet. Apparently they absolutely had to take it to Egypt, at Daddy's expense, of course.
So this is a rich woman that basically, when she met us outside the ship, she basically said, "Oh, why don't you take my luggage?" And then she left, and she just dropped the car off with the door open, everything. She couldn't care less. Apparently they loaded this thing onto the boat. Cylindrical object. What's this?
Oh, what's this? Aha.
A flashlight. That's going to come in handy. Now we can actually look at things. Okay. So we can exit the cargo hold, but obviously we don't want to leave the cargo hold before we found clues. Before we came into the boat, your character saw this crate that looked suspicious. So I would assume that our main objective at the cargo hold right now is to find that crate, or find anything at all that basically would keep us in the game. So let's see what's in this locker over here. Oh, we got the hose thing as well.
The door to this locker is ajar.
Hello?
Empty.
Let's search it.
The left 3 lockers are locked.
Well, they are lockers, aren't they? So they're supposed to be locked. Let's have another look around. So obviously, as with most point-and-click adventure games, a lot of your time will be spent kind of just figuring out what you're supposed to be doing to begin with. Which, I don't know, maybe it doesn't make for a very interesting video, but it is the best way that I have of showing you this game. So let's move on to the next compartment here, if we can. Oh, wait a second, I liked this chest over here. Point it over here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Examine that.
Hello? Come on out.
Yeah, he thinks that there's someone in there. I'm not so
game's
sure,
up.
but let's see.
I'm opening the trunk. Hello?
Someone's coming in after you. But before we go there, let's see if we can find anything else. Now, there is something which is, if you're the kind of person that you just kind of want to go through the game at a faster pace, the game has these things which are adventure points, which you gain as you solve puzzles. There's also optional puzzles as you progress through the game. I know of this because I already missed a couple of optional puzzles in the very first section. However, the thing is, each puzzle that you solve apparently gives you this thing called adventure points, and you can spend 10 adventure points if you press spacebar, and it will highlight everything that you can interact with in the scenery. Like, for instance, if you notice here, it says that I can examine this chest. So this is going to be something that's going to be highlighted for me. And the highlight is basically a magnifying glass that will show up on several points of the screen that you can click. So let me show you that now. That was a waste of 10 points because the only thing I can actually click in here apparently is this chest. So let's go over back to where we were and see what made that noise. We heard the sound of glass shattering. Leave the cargo hold, examine the shards. Yeah, here's some shards of something that broke. What's that?
The shards are...
Rats?
I startled too easily.
Was it rats? Oh, someone knocked me upside the head. And it looks like the ship is now at sea, which is interesting because we weren't supposed to be on this ship. Oh, and we're tied. Oh. This is a very different scenario than what I'm used to. Interesting. So there's a knife over here that we'll probably be able to use. Should we scream out hello? Hell no. I mean, we just got attacked. We're going to be silent. Just be silent. Take the knife. That's it. Look at what you did. You clumsy old fool. Well, we got this cloth. Oh, we can pull the cloth. How about the crane controls? Well, we can't use those yet. Let's just pull the cloth here, see what happens. Oh, what's that? Use the flat iron with the crane controls? No, I guess I can't. Can we use the crane controls at all? Looks like we can't. Uh-oh. No, we can't reach there. Well, we should be able to use the flat iron to pull the crane controls, but I guess not. What else can we use? We only have our wallet on us, so the guy took our flashlight away. And we also seem to be at a different division of the cargo hold. What do you mean open the crate? I'm not going to be able to open a crate. Oh wait, but I can use the flat iron to open it, most likely. There. Oh, look at me. I'm so nimble with my feet and stuff. What a pro. Why are you moving away, though? I'm going to make you go back there and pick that up. Cut through fetters with the straw. What? Ah. Man, Swiss constables know what the hell is going on. They know what they're doing. Okay, so we got our feet free. Can we use the crane controls with our feet, maybe? He looks so clumsy. There we go. What are you gonna do with that, though? Well, I guess I can use the crane to do things now. Oh, I can hoist myself up. Break it. That's gonna hurt. Oh, crap. That was maybe not the best idea. I guess the animation department didn't want to spend any money on that scene.
Damn.
How's those hips doing, old man? Well, at least we got ourselves free.
About this.
Yes, it would. Houdini. Yeah, that was far from Houdini levels, my friend. Either way, what's up with this pipe? Let's take it. Someone definitely stowed away on this ship.
Pipe. Hair I really can't afford to lose. I'll hold it on the blood-spattered end. After all, we already know who the victim is.
But the guy punched me. I don't remember. I don't remember him having a pipe. I thought he had punched us, but I guess not. Let's examine the cell. Oh, so this is actually where they'd put people if they were bad sailors or something?
Cell for crew members? Or maybe for rowdy passengers?
Why didn't the guy put me on the cell, though? He probably doesn't have the key. Let's examine the lockers again, see if the guy dropped anything inside.
The cargo hold seems to be used as a changing room for the crew as well. Or at least the part of the crew that doesn't do their work in white suits.
Okay. Doesn't look like we can actually do anything. Examine the crate with a bullet hole. There's a bullet hole in this crate?
The shot hit this crate. The question is, was the gunman actually trying to hit it? And if so, why? Maybe the gunman just wanted to intimidate me. I can't imagine a more effective warning.
Shooting a crate? I'm sorry, I can think of a lot more effective warnings.
A chair is the last thing I need right now. I was sitting long enough over there in the corner.
So, they didn't really wanted me to come on board this ship, but it seems that unintentionally we got banged upside the head and we stowed away. Examined the bulkhead. I don't want to go up just yet. So this was the other section. Okay, I know where I am now. Looks like they moved the chest over here. Do we have access to this?
I can make out a corridor, but no details. The glass is too dirty, and there's no light in there.
That is a damn shame. Okay, so it doesn't look like we can actually... Oh, we can open it? It's gonna be locked for sure.
It's no use. The door seems to be locked from the other side.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to open that, let's be honest. So we can examine it all we want, but it's gonna be pointless. Let's go upstairs and inform the Inspector Legrand, that someone banged us upside the head and tied us up. Oh, it's gonna be locked, right? Yep. We're not gonna be able to go upstairs.
Stronger than me.
Okay, can we use the pipe on it? Yeah, we can. Huh, interesting. So I wonder if I could open the... No, the other one was
Should
locked,
be
so
careful.
never mind.
The gunman may still be nearby.
So use the pipe. Bash his face inside. Oh, it's nighttime, too. This is great. Why'd it have to be nighttime? I thought there was sun shining through the windows. Oh, snap. Hello.
What are you
Inspector Rurikhan. Scent of the
I
gun.
wanted to determine whether the gun had been fired recently, Inspector.
I mean, what are you doing on the ship?
I was jumped in the cargo hold.
Of course you were.
Here, look. Careful how you hold it. There could be fingerprints on the end.
Surely you don't expect me to believe you.
This guy is an idiot at this point if he still doesn't trust me. Let's be honest, because you guys don't know, but I've done some pretty cool stuff on the start of the game, so this guy should be trusting me at this point, but no, he's just being a
was
scumbag.
inspecting the trunk. I found it in the cargo hold, and it was clear that someone had hidden inside it to board the ship.
Some people are willing to go to great lengths to be a part of this journey.
Indeed. Whoever it was, they struck me on the head from behind with the pipe while I was looking for clues. Oh, and they shot at me as well.
Ridiculous. You wanted to come along, orders be damned, and so you found a way to stay here. I should throw you overboard.
I would have dreamed up something less painful.
True. That doesn't look good.
See? And there's a bullet wedged in a wooden crate down there. I don't have a gun.
The doctor should have a look at it.
At
Come
the
with me.
bullet or my head? I'm going to assume my head, see if there's anything wrong. So there's a doctor. He was also on the train of the very first chapter, and this is the Countess, who's an idiot.
Inspector Legrand and Constable
Baroness, actually.
So you have decided to join us on our journey after all.
So it would seem. We are searching for Dr. Gebhardt.
I'm just fine, Captain Conti.
The Conti.
I'm in control. I can manage. Tell
You
James
seem in control.
he absolutely must wake me at 9:45.
Certainly, madam.
Absolutely.
I shall see that he does.
And now I shall return to my chambers. You'll be in the bar tonight at 10, Inspector.
If that's what you wish.
It will be spectacular. I promise.
The Baroness is apparently the one who is funding all the moving around of these jewels that are getting stolen,
The
so
fresh
that's her
sea
plan and all
air,
this.
And perhaps a glass of champagne to many. But I'm glad that you decided to join us on our journey to Cairo.
Not quite voluntarily.
So he says.
I was jumped from behind.
But no, that is...
Dr. Gebhardt should have a look at him, Captain De Conti.
Of course. Please, have a seat in the saloon, Constable Zelna. I'll summon the doctor.
So the captain...
Doctor,
Wait,
there you are. Our brave Constable Zelna was attacked.
Struck on the head.
Oh. Sit down, please.
Now, please, tell me exactly what happened.
okay, so before we continue here, I wanted to tell you guys about the guy in the middle right there. He is the captain of this ship, and according to the small background that they gave of him, he is some kind of a war hero who has a lot of health problems as well. He was in the war, and he did like two tours or something, and in both tours he was just like outstanding and whatever. They kind of emphasized that, so that's probably going to come into play at some point. And the doctor over here, he was at the in the start in the very start of the game, he was in the same train as us. So in a way, I almost suspect that he could also be the Raven. So there's a lot of people that you can suspect to be the Raven, which is, of course, at the end of the game, that is the whole point, figuring out who the Raven is and eventually catching him. And for that, you'll have to solve multiple puzzles and come up to a lot of conclusions and whatnot. Either way, let's keep this going. I got jumped. Why didn't anyone look for me? Yeah, the logical question is, why didn't anyone look for me?
Why didn't anyone come looking for me? Didn't anyone notice that I didn't come back from the cargo hold?
We did search for you, but we couldn't find you.
Who was supposed to search the cargo hold?
Constable Oliver. I'll have a talk with him about that later.
I should hope so.
Is it bad?
Yes, it hurts a lot.
I spoke with Dr. Gebhardt.
He suffered a violent blow to the back of the head. I cannot really say how bad it is.
But I can. It really hurts.
I got
I
jumped.
think you've got a stowaway on board. I was jumped.
Intolerable. I'll have the crew search every nook and cranny of the ship. And of course, Mr. Zellner, you are cordially invited to travel as our special guest.
Good to know that at least one man doesn't want to throw me overboard.
How many fingers do you see?
3.
3 fingers.
Okay.
Where are
Where
we?
are we? And what time is it? I must have been out for ages.
It's just after 8 p.m.
You just missed dinner. But we'll all meet here in the saloon at 10 o'clock to have a drink together. Greeting the passengers personally is a tradition I will not break, even on this unusual journey.
You're all right now, Constable. The bleeding has stopped and the wound looks good. You may have a mild concussion. You just need a good night's sleep. And tomorrow, your only worries will be a headache and an impressive bump.
Great. Hey, at least I can have some champagne,
That's
huh?
a good enough reason to celebrate. Enough about crooks and thieves. From now on, you can start to enjoy your free cruise.
Sounds good to me.
Inspector,
What?
a dark shadow. Upper deck, just now.
Go, let's have a look.
I'll join you.
Me too.
No, you stay here.
Do you want to make this an argument?
Damn, this
Robert,
guy, this
go to the
Inspector
Baroness and
Legrand.
don't let her out of your sight. Zellner, you're coming to the port side. Doctor, you go to starboard. I'll start at the forecastle and work my way back to the 2 of you. Understood?
But
Baroness von Trebitz. Hello? Baroness von Trebitz? Open the door.
Doesn't seem like she's interested in opening the door for you. What's wrong with this
Dr.
guy? He's like
Gebhardt
frozen.
insisted on coming along. But now he doesn't seem to be sure if that was a good idea.
Go to the side deck. And where is this? Look at Constable Oliver. This guy, I have some high
Baroness was 3
suspicions
sheets
about
to
this
the
guy
wind.
being...
It may be a while before she comes to the door.
I have a high suspicion that this guy's at least an accomplice, but
All right,
I won't
Doc.
talk too much about that.
I'm off.
oh no, I'm not going on a manhunt all by myself.
It's just, did you see the way he moved? That was so weird. Don't tell me my character
Are you
gets
okay?
seasick.
Maybe
Come
you had
on.
better take a rest, in case the blow was more severe.
I'm okay.
Zellner, up here.
Come on. I think it came from up there.
Who the hell is that?
Sure, you just wanted to get a breath of fresh air. Zellner, look who we have here.
Well, if that's not our shadow.
And our stowaway.
Spent any time hiding in a trunk recently?
Me do nothing.
He claims to be part of the crew. Just wanted to get some fresh air.
Of course.
The Baroness won't open the door, sir.
Understood. Take him to the detention cell, Robert.
I don't trust Robert to take him to the detention cell.
You were right. There was a story.
Yes, but he can't be the Raven. He's too young.
Right, but that doesn't mean that the Raven isn't lurking here as well.
What was that?
A shot!
It came from one of the cabins.
Oh no! Baroness von Trebitz? Baroness! Open the door!
Doctor doesn't mess around.
Step aside, please.
We have a murder on our hands, gentlemen. Hurry, Zellner. The murderer still has to be nearby.
Was she shot though?
There's practically no one on deck. Anyone who's outside is a suspect. This time, we'll get him. Zellner, are you okay?
Yes. Come on. We have to.
Zellner? Zellner! Murder!
He was drugged. Our main character was drugged. That's why he was beginning to become tipsy and stuff. What the hell was that about? Oh, looks like we're gonna be... Oh.
Ah, you awake? Sleep well, did you?
Yes, thank
I
you.
like to sleep late when I take a cruise.
While everyone else is hard at work.
Why don't you cry about it, you little baby? Okay, talk about
What's
progression
the
of
state
events.
of play? How was the Baroness killed?
The Baroness was shot in the chest at close range. We'll know more once the doc finishes examining the body in the medical centre.
And no one saw anything suspicious.
No one saw a shadowy raven leaving the Baroness's cabin, if that's what you mean. A lot of people heard the gunshot. Inspector Legrand wants to question the passengers again this morning once they've all calmed down, and he's had a chance to examine the evidence.
Evidence at the crime scene.
Suppose that you and Legrand inspected the crime scene and the surroundings.
Of course. And we already hit the jackpot. The murder weapon.
Really? Where did you find it?
On the gangway. The gangway for boarding the ship folds up and hooks onto the hull when it's not being used. The murderer probably wanted to throw the gun into the sea. He casually dropped it overboard.
But it landed on the gangway.
Bad luck.
But Legrand and I were on the side deck right after the shot. There was no one there.
Maybe the murderer threw the gun away later. We recovered it in the early hours.
Seems too convenient.
I didn't pass out last night because of the blow to my head, did I?
Seems unlikely. Inspector Legrand thinks you were drugged.
But how? The champagne.
Who gave you the glass of champagne?
Captain De Conti.
Interesting.
But he's a war hero. He wouldn't do that.
It should be possible to find traces of the tranquilizer in the glass.
That is exactly what Legrand is trying to do.
Without a laboratory?
Oh, he's got a lab. His cabin is packed with all the latest forensic stuff. It's quite impressive what the inspector can do.
A competent man, no doubt, and surprisingly well prepared.
And diligent. He's been at it all night with his brushes and tinctures and glasses and everything, working like a man possessed. I wouldn't want to be the Raven now.
Any suspects?
Have you arrested anyone yet?
You mean besides the Arab?
He could hardly have committed the murder. You must have been with him when it happened.
We heard the shot on the forecastle. I locked our friend in the detention cell in the cargo hold, and then went up to assist Legrand. You were already sleeping the sleep of the just.
Any other suspects?
Any other suspects?
No. Seconds after the alarm went off, the decks were swarming with frightened passengers.
Yes. A clever way to stay incognito during the commotion.
But we still have our primary suspect, the Raven.
You really think he's returned?
Well, I think that no one knows as much about the Raven as Legrand.
But still, it all seems so incredible. I think I'll look for Inspector Legrand now.
Do what you think's best.
You won't get rid of me. I'm here to stay, Constable Oliver.
Be that as it may, Inspector Legrand ordered me to guard the cargo hold with our special guest. That's fine by me. Inspector Legrand may be able to get by without sleep for days on end, but not me. It's not easy playing with the big boys, Constable Zellner.
No, it certainly isn't.
Well, anyways, I don't really want to reveal any more of the story than I already have. I mean, I wasn't even expecting the Baroness to just straight up get killed, so I don't want to advance the plot a whole lot more because it will just be spoiler after spoiler, and this stuff kind of takes place around 2 hours into the game, I believe. I think that if I go and save my game now, does it say how many times, how many hours? Yeah, it's about 1 hour and a half, right? This is game time. Yeah, this is game time, so I'm about 1 hour and a half into the game, so I wouldn't really consider these to be major spoilers, but I did warn at the start of the video that there were going to be some spoilers in this video, and I don't really want to advance the story anymore because, like I said, I don't want to give you guys even more spoilers. So this pretty much sums up a lot of the gameplay that you're going to be doing throughout the game, so this will let you know if this is the kind of game that you would like to play or not. Now, to myself, it's actually refreshing to try out different genres every now and then because it's something that I don't get to do that often because mostly I have to kind of stick to the same genres to give you guys stuff that you've come to expect from me. So, you know, receiving review codes and going into different genres and whatnot, it's very entertaining for me to check out these games. You guys might think it's not. It actually is because it gives me a lot more variety, which allows me to express a little bit more of my creative side in a way, I think. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about the graphics. As you can see, it is a little bit on the simplistic side. It doesn't have like those super textures that we kind of come to expect from next-gen games and whatnot, but I think it still looks pretty decent. It certainly plays its part, so to speak. It creates a believable atmosphere. The voice acting, I have to say, sounds really, really good in my opinion. I like they even go down to the accents. Like in the first act, I talked to a character who is apparently German, and you could hear the German accent mixed in with the English, just like the doctor that we have. He's also German or Austrian or whatever, and it has like that German accent in him. You can hear the Swiss accent on her character. You can hear I think the inspector is French. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, Inspector Legrand, that's French. You can also hear the accent there. So I think that they've made a lot of effort in creating believable characters, which I definitely feel it's important for the immersion of a type of game like this. Now, obviously, the type of gameplay that you've experienced here is something that I don't usually do on my channel because I do a lot of action-packed stuff and whatnot. So this is a lot more laid-back gameplay where you kind of analyze the facts. As a matter of fact, there is the you have a notebook here that you can go through if you're really, trying to get everything done in the game. You probably want to go through here and just, get the different aspects of what's going down, the secret stuff that you've noticed, who is the Raven, who is the murderer, all that stuff. So there's this book that keeps track of all that. Also, the other thing that you saw here on the top, these were the adventure points that I was talking about. So, like I said, when you press space, points get deducted. Like right now, you'll notice we have 13,280 points. I'm going to press space, we lose 10 points, and it shows us everything that we can click on. And the other thing is we also have the game settings here. And then we have the items that we have access to. A lot of times we'll have to combine items. I didn't do a whole lot of that. I only used like the pipe on the door, which is a shame because I had to do some pretty interesting combining on the first section. Like we actually created a torch, which was interesting because you had to go through all these different processes in order to make that torch, and it was kind of neat. I thought it was kind of cool because a lot of these puzzles are actually around logic, whereas some of the games that I've played in the past, it was more a case of, I'm just going to combine everything together and see what happens. A lot of the times in this game, a lot of the puzzles actually seem to make some logic in like real world logic, which is kind of refreshing. The story itself doesn't really take me because it's not really kind of my style of story, following up and chasing up after a thief or whatnot. But I believe it will have its own crowd. You guys will be the judges of that, if that is your thing or not. But it's still, in the end, I still think it's a pretty decent game. And I'm definitely going to be playing some more of it. This game is going to be split up in 3 chapters. I believe that is the information I received anyways. This is only chapter 1. There's going to be 2 more chapters coming. And I believe that at some point during this chapter, they will actually switch sides. So you will get to actually play... I'm not sure if it's as the Raven or someone else in the game. I'm not exactly sure because I don't remember this last part too well. I'm sorry. I've actually been sick the past couple of days, so my mind is still kind of coming back from that. But you do get to play, I think, as the thief. I'm not sure if it's the Raven or whatever. And then you'll be able to gain information about the stuff that you did previously and to cross-check it to see if you took the right conclusions or not. I remember reading something about this in the press release, so there's definitely a point at which the game will kind of turn the story around on itself and you'll be able to play as a different character. But so far it seems like an interesting game, so I mean, let me know in the comment section, did you like it, did you not like it? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. As per usual, this has been Rurikhan, and I will see you guys in the next one.